Hello and welcome to today's magical video. As a family, we are home educators. We've been home educating for 16 years now, and every September we like to have a little bit of what we call a not back to school celebration. So when the kids were younger, we used to go out with other home educators and have not back to school picnics and things like that. But we've decided now that I've only got my son at home that's home educated and he's a bit older, we're going to do Harry Potter movie marathons every year. So today is that day. I'm going to be preparing some little sweet treats and things that we can eat while we're watching that, and just make it a little bit more magical. And thought that you might like to just follow along with me and see what I'm doing. You might pick up a few things that you'd like to do for yourself. It's no surprise if you've seen this channel before that I am a fan of a charity shop bargain. So obviously red hair, hand-me-down robes. I must be a Weasley. So that's the top that I'm wearing today to get into the spirit. When we do the watch along, when we do the movie marathon, we are actually going to dress up in outfits. Now, give a little bit of thought to what outfits we could have, and then just went for the easy option, quite honestly. So my son is a Hufflepuff and he has Hufflepuff robes anyway that he's been using for Halloween, so that's what he's going to dress up as. And I thought, go with the hair. Obviously Molly Weasley is going to be the option. So went into my wardrobe to have a look to see if I'd got anything that I could wear that's a bit of a nod to Molly Weasley, and quite honestly it wasn't difficult. It does seem that I've based my entire style on Molly Weasley quite by accident, and I'm not cross about it. I love Molly Weasley, she's absolutely fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to be wearing a few of my own hair and my own clothes as a nod to Molly Weasley. So yeah, let's get on with it. I don't know if it's the same in your household, but in this house, blankets and movies go together. You can't have one without the other. So I thought I'd do something a little bit different just for this, so that just looks a bit more aesthetic when he comes in and sees all his snacks laid out. So what I'm going to do is take an idea that I got from Pinterest. Most of the things I'm going to do today are from Pinterest, and make an owl blanket. So I picked up this white blanket in our local, now I don't know how to say this, it's JYSK, we say JISK, not sure if that's right, but we picked this up in the local JISK for £1.75. Now it's only a thin, it's kind of like thin felty blanket, but it's still quite warm at the minute, although it's autumn, so that'll be enough for us. So I picked up one of those and I'm going to turn it into an owl. So let me just put this out. I'll just tilt the camera down so you can see a little bit better. What we're going to do is put out the blanket diagonally, so you've got the corners, one off the front of the table and the others at the side. It's not quite square this, but it'll still do the same job. And then we're going to roll from this end here, we're going to roll it up. Literally just roll up the entire blanket. Okay, so you need your blanket in a big sausage. So all we're going to do is fold it in half. Just fold the whole thing in half like this, and then bring the sides down to the length. Can't see, there we go. So to the length of the bottom. Okay, that's all you need to do. Then just grasp it around this top bit. You can probably already see this is going to be the body, this is going to be the head, and these are going to be the wings. So what you need to do now is grab a couple of elastic bands and just put them around what will be the neck part, just to draw it in a little bit. If you've got stronger elastic bands, that'll be really great, because mine are snapping. Okay, so all you need to do is make this kind of head. Let's see if we can now poke that out a little bit. In here, I've actually got, if you make a smaller one with a flannel, you can do this with buttons or googly eyes, but I've actually got the tops of, you know, the drinking jars that you can get, and I'm going to put one in each of those to act as big googly owl eyes. I'm doing this backwards so you can see it in the camera, so I'm not doing it so well. Then what you need is a couple of pieces of ribbon in house colours. Like I say, it's Hufflepuff, so that means black and yellow, and tie those around the neck. I'm just going to turn it to me so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. So this is kind of like his house scarf, if you like. Seeing as it's a sort of a thicker blanket, you might be better with thicker ribbon, but this is all I'd got. So there's his little house scarf. You'd definitely be better with thicker ribbon for this. Then just a little piece of felt that I'm just going to put in between here. To act as a little beak. I think I'm going to cut the corners off there. There's his, his eyes have gone a little bit googly. Hold on one second. It's so hard to do this on camera. There you go. There's the owl. So basically, that's your finished owl. Now he's not, because it's such a thin blanket, he's not sort of standing up very well. So you might want to put in there some of your treats, you know, like a pack of popcorn or something like that, some bottles of something, you know, and make this part of your snacks. But yeah, I thought that would be a little bit nicer for his blanket, just to do something a little bit special. So it's a little bit different. He's got a little head wig. You know, when we go on Pinterest, we all have those moments of, oh yeah, I can do that. And then we get that nailed it moment. This is one of those moments. So I saw this fantastic idea of making a Hedwig balloon that carries in whatever. You can carry in your letter to Hogwarts on it, or a chocolate bar or whatever. So what I want to do is put all of the treats on this tray. And I thought he could carry the tray, but I don't have any helium to make the balloon fly. So I thought I'd get one of those, you know, the plastic sticks with the cup on the top, and use one of those. I could not get one of those anywhere in my local town. So my other idea was to use pipe cleaners. I tried to use the pipe cleaners, but it just isn't holding it up. So this is my kind of didn't quite work, nailed it moment. But if you have the bits that you need, if you have some helium or you have one of those sticks, then what you can do is just blow up a white balloon, draw a little owl on the front there, and use that to bring in party invitation if you're having a Potter party, or some snacks, and just, you know, part of the thing. So this is my nailed it moment. After the blanket, the next most important thing for movie is obviously snacks and drinks. So what I thought I would do is I've taken the lid off my Home Bargains pumpkin, and I'm going to fill this with popcorn. It's the perfect thing to put popcorn in. So that's going to be filled with popcorn. I then went on the internet and searched around for some labels, things that I could print off. So I bought some of these chocolate bars from Aldi. They're about this size. I thought that would be the ideal size. Printed off some labels and just stuck them around. So this is Dementor Relief, just what the doctor ordered following Dementor attack. So that's for the chocolate, because obviously in the Harry Potter movies, if you've been sort of attacked by a Dementor, then chocolate helps you feel better. Doesn't chocolate make everything feel better? But yeah, so I've got some of those. The next thing, I thought it'd be nice to have some little flying snitches. If you're not a Harry Potter fan, you are going to have no idea what I'm talking about right now. But some little flying snitches. So all I did was get this small pack of Ferrero Rocher from the pound shop. It had 4 in it. Take a piece of paper, fold it in half, cut out a kind of a leaf shape. Once you've done that, just cut slits in the sides. When you've done that all along both sides, open it out and it's like wings. There we go. So then just a tiny dot of glue and you've got your little flying snitch snacks. So I hope you can catch these before I eat them all. Actually, I won't be eating them at all because they're not gluten free, unfortunately. So the Dementor relief will be mine. The next thing, I thought that I would try and make the Bertie Bott's flavoured beans, because you can buy these, you can buy them in the boxes and stuff, but you know, we like to do things on a budget here on this channel and in this family. So I thought that I would print out a box off the internet. I did find one to print out. Unfortunately, I don't know whether it's the card that I used or whether it's the ink that's in my printer. It's sort of smudged, it's smudgy, so the box is a little bit smudgy. But what I did was cut out the box, print it out, cut it out and then glue it together. But I don't know whether you can really see on here, it has gone a little bit smudgy where my fingers have been when I was gluing it together. Then all I did was get just a cellophane packet. It was one that you put cards in when you've done card making. It was a clean one. And then put that there on the inside so that it holds all your beans in. And then just buy some beans, just any beans, it doesn't matter whether they're proper Bertie Bott's beans, kids don't know, and put them in there. Could do with another packet in there really, just to fill it up. But yeah, so we're going to have some Bertie Bott's every flavour beans. Oh, just a point there, I did not sellotape up the bottom. Make sure you do that, otherwise you're going to have beans all over your carpet. The last snack is obviously Dumbledore's beloved sherbet lemons. So I've already got this thing, I think it came from Home Bargains. It's just got a little lid, put it on. So what I thought I'd do is just add, again printed off the internet, a little Honeydukes label. Just stick it on front of there with some Pritt glue, just using normal glue stick. Other glue sticks are available, obviously. Just put some glue on the back of there. Pop it on the front of the jar, in the middle. There we go. Sorry, the ring light's making it a bit reflective. So there you go, Honeydukes. Pop your sherbet lemons inside, so we'll have them on the table. Sherbet lemons happen to be one of my favourites as well, so looking forward to those. Just put those on, and then we'll put all of these on the table. Now for drinks, is it even Harry Potter party if you don't have butterbeer? So this is just a really simplified version. You can find other tutorials online to do more complicated versions where the cream on top is, I mean, the proper way to do it is to whip up some double cream, add some vanilla and some icing sugar to make it sweet, whip that up and put it on top. But today we're just going to use whipped cream, just whippy cream, squirty cream. Now what we're going to make it in is this beautiful pumpkin glass. Now this is actually where the owl's eyes came from the top. So that came from the top of there. Now I got these in Home Bargains last year. I have no idea whether they're going to have any in this year or not, but definitely keep your, oh, it might have been Pound Shop, I can't remember, one or the other. Definitely keep your eyes open just in case they have them in again, because these are absolutely stunning for Halloween and for the autumn season. You can have all your, you know, your pumpkin spice lattes and things like that in these. But today we're going to do butterbeer. So all I've got, and again, this is a very makeshift, this is a DIY makeshift butterbeer, because I could not get butterscotch sauce anywhere. I've no idea why, because we've done butterbeer before, we've done it the proper way, and I managed to get butterscotch sauce then, and I just can't get it anymore. Don't know whether it's because it's coming out of the summer, I don't know. But what we do have is salted caramel sauce. Now apparently the only difference between salted caramel and butterscotch is that caramel uses white sugar and butterscotch uses brown sugar. So it's perfectly okay to use some of this. So all I'm going to do is squirt a little bit of this into the bottom of here. So just squirt a little bit of this into the bottom of your glass. There we go, just put some in the bottom there. And then to get that lovely butterbeer, what we're going to add to that is cream soda. Now I got this one from Morrison's, but you can get this from all sorts of places. Most supermarkets do it. Just wait a minute while I open the lid. kiss of a new bottle of pop. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put in a little bit and then give it a stir, just to make sure that you've got all of that sauce mixed in there. Ooh, really smells creamy and buttery. I can smell it already. And then once you've done that, just fill it up. Okay. There we go. And there you have the butterbeer. We're just going to add the cream on top. There you go. You've got your perfect butterbeer in a glass ready for the movie. I did have one more idea for a drink, and this came from, funnily enough, sorting through my autumn decorations from last year. I found this. You can get these again this year. This was from last year from Poundland, and they're pumpkin lights on a string, but I did have one set last year that were broken. The lights wouldn't light up. So what I did was take off all of the pumpkins, thinking I can paint them, use them again for something else. So I found these and I looked at the pumpkin and I thought, that looks familiar for something. And I thought, I know, pumpkin juice in a bottle. So what I did was take one of the pumpkins, just paint it with some acrylic. Could do with probably another coat, although rustic's quite nice. I like the rustic look. What I really needed to do was go get a twig from the garden and put it in there, but it is a really rainy day today, so I am not going to do that. But yeah, just putting a twig from the garden in there would make it look really good. And then I knew that I'd got, I like to make my own cordials and vinegars and things like that in the autumn time, and I knew that I'd got some bottles that would be perfect. So this one, it was a sauce bottle from Aldi last year. It had something like plum sauce or something in it. And I thought that would be perfect if I hot glued the pumpkin on the top and again printed off the internet a little pumpkin juice label to stick on there. This glue gun's from the pound shop. We don't do anything expensive here. So just some glue on there. Pop it onto the top of the bottle in the centre. Hold it for a second. And there we go, and there's your pumpkin juice bottle. So all I'm going to do again is use the glue stick on the label, because you know we're going to drink it in a minute. It doesn't have to be there for a very long time, so a glue stick's fine. Just stick that on the front of the bottle, get it in the right place. I've got a few stringy bits from the glue stick there, just get rid of those. So put that on the bottle. Now if I gave my son pumpkin juice, he would think I was crazy. So what I was trying to think of what to put inside instead. He really loves orange, fizzy orange, but I looked at it and it just wasn't the right colour. And then I came across Iron Brew in these little bottles from Home Bargains. And I thought, well, that's quite pumpkin-y. So all I'm going to do is decant, take the lid off, be careful of your pumpkin, and put some of this into the bottle. You know how to pour, just pour it in. Ooh, clearly I don't know how to pour. You might need a couple of bottles or a bigger bottle. Did you ever have Iron Brew as a child? It's a very particular taste, isn't it? Let me know below if you like Iron Brew. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Just enough. Oh, it's got a very strange smell. There we go. So there's our pumpkin juice with a lovely pumpkin on the top. Once I've put the popcorn in the pumpkin, there's our little snack tray for our movie marathon. I apologise if the sound's not so good on this one, and I'm absolutely baking because it's a warm day today and now I've got a cardigan on. But this is my kind of nod to Molly Weasley. I'm just going to stand back so you might not be able to hear me so well. Okay, it's not really cosplay, but it is just a nod to Molly Weasley with the crochet. So this is my son's outfit. He doesn't want to be revealed on video, so I'm respecting that. He is actually a Hufflepuff, so he's got his Hufflepuff robes, but he's got Voldemort's wand and a Dark Mark t-shirt, so he's a kind of a hybrid. Maybe he's going to turn bad.